I'm gonna get it wrong. Black mother's sons is as important as the...
Latifah Simon.
Oh, yes, she's already there. Excuse me. How could I forget the sister?
I hear every single day, this is not the America that I know. And that is true. I think you have to hold that. You could have multiple truths at the same time. And I said, but it's the America that my grandpa knew.
Hi, my name is Greg Hodge, and welcome to Real Talk About the Town, a project of the Brotherhood of Elders Network. Real Talk About the Town is designed to do two things: to increase civic engagement and participation, and to help people understand how they can improve the lives of their neighbors and themselves. Our spring season has 3 episodes, which will be a mix of discussions about issues and candidates who will be on the June ballot. They're designed to do a couple of things with community, to have real talk with neighbors, real talk with loved ones, to answer 2 simple questions. 1, has this candidate earned my vote? And the second question is, what can I do to enhance the rich tapestry that is Oakland and to make the town more a beautiful place to live? Without further ado, I present to you Real Talk About the Town. Hope you enjoy it.
A lot of people are just tired of politics. Some just don't trust it. Many believe that what happens in Washington, D.C. and Sacramento has nothing to do with our daily lives here in Oakland. The question becomes, why do we care? What can we realistically expect from the people we elect?
And I want the young people to come to D.C., and I want them to see the floor.
Today, we'll be talking with Congresswoman Latifah Simon, who represents the 12th Congressional District, including Oakland, California. She'll be on the June ballot running for re-election. We'll also hear directly from real folks from the town, what they think, what they believe, and whether or not they think their representatives are supporting them the way they deserve. I'm Salim Gilmore, your host for this episode. Let's get into it.
It's good to be home.
It's good to be home.
We know each other.
Bay Area native and Congresswoman Latifah Simon shares her vision for the future, her passion for our communities, and provides some insight as to why she is dedicated to serve the people of Oakland.
Episode 303, take 1, KMC.
Politics couldn't escape the work that we were doing, because so much of the work, it wasn't just about creating a political home and bringing young women in to organize and paying girls to be our own sort of pathway and directors to create our own institutions. We were consistently going up against folks in power, folks who had elected positions, administrative positions, who could say yes, no, who could let someone out of a cage, and the same folks who could lock them up. So over the years, I have found myself being in conversations with electeds over the years as we won campaigns, shaming those electeds and then making deals with those electeds to fire staff and ombudsmen of our juvenile hall, to help us pass local legislation. So there came a time where I figured, I'm really sick of begging these folks to do the right thing for us. So, it's been now almost 10 years that I've been in elected office, first on a local level, and now a member of the House of Representatives and the United States Congress, hopefully voting the conscience of the people here in this beautiful, beautiful district, which centers Oakland, California.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
The thought of losing you locally, but I'm really excited to see you continue to come back, carry on the legacy of Barbara Lee in your own way, right? And so I appreciate that. And so now you are there with all of them.
Yeah.
And you're representing all of us.
Yeah.
Some people sit in those seats for decades and never even pass a bill.
That's right.
So talk to us about the role of Congresswoman, how you see it, what you see your charge is, and how you plan to achieve that.
So you make it what you want to make it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I have some specific goals. I want to be a vehicle to help to shift the material conditions of folks who deserve a voice.
Peace to the people. This is Randy with the Brotherhood of Elders Network, and we are out here at beautiful Lake Merritt in Oakland, talking to the people about the 2026 elections and how to engage their elected officials. This is going to trip you up. You ready?
Okay.
What is a congressperson and what do they do?
And what makes a bill? Remember, there's only a
Oh, yeah,
bill.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
got to
yeah.
dance his way through. It's got to start with the
Schoolhouse
House.
Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock. It's got to start with the House and then go to the Senate.
Yeah.
If the Senate makes something, it's got to go back to the House and then through them and then up to the president.
A congressperson is an elected official that represents a certain amount of people to the United States government. So the United States government has three branches. It has the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. And the Congress is a part of the legislative branch. They make the laws for the country. So your congressman is your representative to the United States government, and they pass the laws that govern our society.
You took that off Wikipedia?
No, man, I'm sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
Their job is to serve the people, to bring things back to the community that will benefit the people in the community. That's their job, not to make money for themselves and get rich.
Did you hear that?
They're for the people. Remember that, Congress. We put you in there, we'll take you out. That's right. What, did you get one? Everybody got one?
Actually, I'm gonna have one of them grab one for me. Can one of you guys grab one for me, bro? Oh, yeah.
So you get a staff in your district. Mine is in Oakland. I have an office in Oakland. I have an office also on Capitol Hill. So 3 things I'm trying to do. 1, bring back our entitlements from DC to the district. That's real money. And so in the first year, I brought back almost $400 million. Folks said we weren't able to do that because there's a trifecta. The Republicans, they got everything. They got the House, they got the Senate, they got the White House, they got the judiciary. As I assembled my team and my offices, I said, I am not going to be on CNN. I am not going to be on MSNBC these first couple years because we have a monster in office. I'm going to be on the phone and I'm going to be knocking at folks' doors. So I spend most of my time on Capitol Hill.
I have a 14-year-old daughter. I won't stand here and make voting harder for her when she decides to register to vote. You don't get to shrink the franchise. I urge a strong no from all of our colleagues who believe in a democracy that we were all promised. And I'll yield my time. But this administration is cutting $1.7 billion from mental health services that go into states, then counties, and in cities.
But I'm spending my time ruffling feathers in every single component of the administration's ecosystem, getting resources back. In peculiar ways that I didn't think I would. For instance, there's a lab at Berkeley, but one of the first things that President Trump did is he took $40 million away from a small lab at Cal Berkeley. Now that lab has a Nobel Prize. It's called the CRISPR lab. Now, that Nobel Prize winning physician scientist is this close to curing sickle cell anemia. And I knew that was emergent, not just for me, but people of the African diaspora all over the world needed us to act immediately. And we got that $40 million back. That $40 million cut would have decimated that lab and that research. Every single hospital that is not able to provide stage 1, stage 2 clinical trials for babies with sickle cell or leukemia, those children, they die. I know what it's like to sit with someone who you want to live, and there's absolutely no one calling for a clinical trial or an emergent therapy. But what I'm most proud of is the organizing work that I've done over the years, not being afraid to knock on any door, and not also being in a siloed position. But I came there to be a legislator and to bring resources back. So of all the freshmen in Congress, I am proud to say that I have the most legislative wins. As of last Friday, I've passed my 4th bill in the House, which is pretty kind of awesome. 4 bills. Folks have been in Congress for decades and maybe have 3 or 4 bills under them.
What would you say you do here? Well, look, I already told you.
We have some rapid fire questions, just 3 trivia questions. And then we got some open-ended questions.
Okay.
Just about how you would talk to elected representatives.
Okay.
What date is the primary election? What is the date of the primary election this year? June 1st, June 2nd, June 19th, 2026.
I'm going with June 19th.
You going with Juneteenth?
Oh no, that's Juneteenth. No, it's not
I
Juneteenth.
don't think it'll be Juneteenth.
All elections are usually on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So the first, I think if I'm not mistaken, it should be June the 2nd, which would be our local primary elections.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding for Aaron.
Hey,
Aaron knows what's going on this June.
I used to work at the voting polls. I'm supposed to know this stuff.
You see now, you should have gave us that up front, Sister Coleman. Come on.
I worked the, and that's very important. Be engaged. You can work the elections.
Yes.
They pay real good.
No, this one actually is an open-ended one.
okay.
Name one candidate on the ballot for the 12th Congressional District race.
Oh, I can't do that. I appreciate the open-ended possibilities there.
Can I get a hint? First letter of their name?
L and J.
I do not know.
Latifah Simon.
Oh, yes, she's already there. Excuse me. How could I forget the sister? You gave me the L. I should have said Latifah.
Ballot.
They're
for
on the
people to
ballot
vote.
for people to vote for them on June 2nd in
Yes,
the
sir.
primary.
Yes, sir.
Right on. Get out the vote.
Get out the vote. You heard Latifah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw her speak at the No Kings rally.
Yeah.
You said how many constituents in?
I have
The 12?
760,000.
760,000. So it's not realistic that you're going to touch all those people. And we also know that there's a lot of apathy often, right? Elections come, we get excited, we start to see people's faces, and then folks get elected and we wonder where they went.
I actually push back on the idea that I can't touch all almost 800,000 folks. That's the goal. For me, constituent services was super centrally important, knowing that when people call, they get someone who answers their call and their cases are dealt with. So congressional members, we have case managers that we hire. So any federal system that folks in community are struggling with, whether it's veteran services, Social Security, immigration, we can actually deal with those issues. If you get stuck overseas, I have a lot of folks stuck overseas right now. My folks are on the phone right now trying to get folks home from the Middle East. And then of course there's the legislative work.
While Congresswoman Simon fights for the people of Oakland on a federal level, Sujartha Srivastava, the Chief Policy Officer for SPUR, addresses local challenges impacting our communities. So I know SPUR focuses on things like economic development, land use. When you identify an issue, how do you strategize to build civic engagement and support at that elected official level, and how does that differ from how you engage the community?
We do free public programming on the issues that we're working on. And then for certain types of initiatives, and we'll talk a little bit more about some of the big projects we're doing here in Oakland, we do some more targeted engagement. So we've had community workshops and surveys and more direct engagement, and always in partnership with other Oakland and local community organizations when we try to do that. So more recently, we identified issues around municipal financing and kind of the governance, how is the city run in Oakland, as being a really big priority for the stakeholders that we're engaging with on a day-to-day basis. In Oakland, what we heard over and over again is that the way that the government is set up, it's everybody's in charge and so no one's in charge. People at the community level may not be in the weeds on the technical issues, but they care a lot about the outcomes. There's kind of a loop there of, if it's not resonating with Oaklanders, then maybe we need to think about whether what we're working on should really be a priority.
So we have been doing a little bit of our own homework, looking at some of the bills that you've passed,
Okay.
where you are looking to limit the ability of outside folks, specifically corporations, from buying up, blocks of homes that then often sit vacant.
Yeah, we still have to get that bill passed through the House, but the intent, and actually what's so crazy is President Trump and his administration actually supports this bill. So I believe it will move. In fact, in the State of the Union, he brought up
banned large Wall Street investment firms from buying up into thousands single-family homes.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm glad that you're seeing the light on a number of things. It doesn't make any sense for private equity firms to buy up the blocks, because what they do is they take away the American dream from all of us. Mm-hmm. I can't compete with a private equity firm who's going to come in for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in West Oakland and pay cash plus $200,000, because what they want to do is either buy up the block and flip and sell, or tear down the whole block and build something that is unattainable to all of us. It absolutely goes against everything that we believe in, that if you work a really good job, or you work a job that doesn't pay much, but you've been saving and you have supports from your bank and maybe family, you should be able to buy a home in the community that you were raised in or that you work close to. And so there's no way that individuals can compete with large conglomerates. We've seen it in West Oakland, we've seen it in San Francisco, we've seen it all over the country, where you wonder, why has the rent shifted in this way? Part of that is the artificial dropping down of the private market in the residential space. It ain't right. In Oakland, California, even in the East, the minimum price, we're in the 600s. You know how much you have to put down to have a mortgage that you can afford? Who has $150,000, $200,000 just laying around? So I'm excited about, again, us continuing to push what folks have put it out on the ground in our local politics, taking it to the floor.
How do you access, on both sides, if you're the congressperson, how are you accessing all your constituents? And if you're one constituent, how do you bust through the noise and access your congressperson? You get a one-on-one meeting with your congressperson or your state representative.
Yes.
What are you talking about in that meeting?
Talking about the state of our economy, the loss of jobs, which is very important to a lot of people.
Jobs for the youth. We need employment programs, right? We need to focus on education. We need to focus on skills training. Not everyone's gonna go to university.
Everybody won't be a vice president of a company, but whatever it is that you do it good.
Some people would be better off as an electrician, as a carpenter, as a plumber, as a brick mason. Those are very honorable positions.
The forgotten people. No matter what color or nationality, we need to be more concerned about the welfare of the people. Not only just the adults, but the children.
Yeah.
Because they also have to come through traumas and different things, but we need to have more things available for them to do.
Once again, our man on the street, Randy Saragucci, heads straight to the source.
Let's imagine you have a one-on-one meeting with your congressperson or your state representative. What is their message for this person going into the meeting?
We have to improve our public transportation system.
Public transportation.
What are some ways that we can make transportation more sustainable and more equitable for all people in Oakland and the greater Bay Area?
Especially for lower income individuals. Since I live such a long distance away, I'm heavily reliant on using public transportation as a means to get to school, to work.
Okay.
I would love it if we had light rail inside of the Bay Area. That's more, especially in Oakland, because, BART's great, but BART is mostly designed for connecting things to San Francisco rather than for connecting the different parts of the Bay together. It makes it very annoying to use if you're don't run super close together. Same is true with BART. We need to have shorter time difference.
The buses are also on the normal street, so they're going to be in the same traffic.
Light rails then that makes it so that we don't have to get to your destination a reasonable time frame.
So this is gonna be a dinner conversation, not like coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, you're sitting down. All right. Maya, thank you for joining us today. I think it's a wonderful.
They're on it.
So what is your response?
Mobility is a human right. And if all of these compounding factors are preventing me to going to and fro, I can't live, and I'm speaking for young people, I cannot live a fulfilled life if I can't get to court, if I can't get to school, if I can't get to my Kaiser appointment, if I can't get to go see Granny. When I was on the BART board, a number of things were really central to my work there. Affordability, discounts for young people and disabled people, lowering and halting increases on fares for young people and elderly people. I'm very proud of that. I'm also very proud of the fact that over the course of the last 8 years, we now see that crime is down 40+% on Bay Area Rapid Transit. I created the ambassador program on BART. It's because young people told me, we see homeless people or sometimes there's a fight. We don't always need police. Why don't you hire uncles and aunties? A gun and a badge doesn't always create safe rides. So I'm very, very passionate about transportation and mobility justice, and I'm so glad that the young people put it as one of their top issues.
ICE, where leaders go to work. As a member of the team, ICE offers excellent opportunities for you to apply your classroom and leadership abilities toward challenging real-world issues. ICE is looking for dedicated, team-oriented candidates with strong analytical and communication skills.
ICE has been wild for the last 22 years. Since 9/11, ICE it's a new agency. It's only been around 22 years. It was created by Democrats who wanted to look tough on crime after the towers fell and said we need to bring together a federal law enforcement bureau that brings in the big guns to get tough on people of color from other places or who speak different languages because they're a threat. We have seen a rogue institution with very little oversight under Homeland Security. But it's all out in the open and the hoods are off. The hoods are off and it's woken up this country. We all deserve better, but for many of us, this is, when I say us, I mean people around the country are seeing this moment as a crisis, a constitutional crisis, the dilapidation of our democracy. What I would argue is that, no, this is a reoccurrence. For many of us, we are seeing what has been routine in our communities post-Reconstruction when Black people got a little bit of power, and there were 2,300 Black men who were elected all over the country in small and large elected positions all over the country. The pendulum began to swing a little bit to the left, where Black folks begin integrating into public life and into decision-making. And then there was a national lynching campaign that was profound. And that was celebrated by white elites. So what you saw in Minnesota, we know has been happening in Hunters Point for years and years and years. On the federal landscape and the state and local landscapes, we need electeds to risk everything, to hold in trust. The Constitution must be true for all of us, not just some of us. So I'm excited to push this legislation through, particularly when we work to win back the House of Representatives. The Democrats will have an opportunity to move our bills to the floor. It's very difficult now, particularly around fighting this president.
We began this episode posing the question, why should you care about politics? We return to our friend Sujartha to get a better understanding about how poor decision-making at the federal and state level increases the need for civic engagement locally.
Partly because of all the crises at the national level, what we're seeing is that cities are really having to confront a lot of these issues without a lot of support from federal and even state government. So for me, it feels like the local and to some extent regional level is really where we can have the most influence. And it's where you really see, issues like housing, transportation, even climate, all of that is happening at the local level. So I feel like it's actually what motivates me is knowing that there are a lot of decisions that we can be making in our own communities that'll have impacts for everyone. So that's what motivates me, and that's why I'm a city planner, and that's why I work at Spurs, because I feel like we can actually make change happen.
Your questions are about our Congress people, they're here with us.
Yes.
So I want to keep that separate from the theater that has to happen in Washington, D.C. And it's hard sometimes to look at it and see through it as theater, because it is. And so that's why when I see candidates or Congress people here with their people, that's a lot more meaningful.
We're here in a meaningful conversation with Aaron. This has been amazing, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I really
Same
appreciate
here.
you making some time.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen.
Can you give us a piece to the people?
Piece to the people.
One of our values at the Brotherhood of Elders Network is that information counters apathy, and that's one of the reasons we do Real Talk About the Town. So on behalf of Real Talk About the Town, I want to thank you for joining us and sharing your knowledge and expertise and your passion with our viewers.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we got a few messages here from Sister Coleman.
And I wish you success, and vote. Remember to vote. Every one of them count. Every election, everything counts. Read up and be informative of who you're putting in office.
Sister Coleman.
My brother, I thank you.
Right. Give us a piece of the people, man.
Peace to the people, brotherhood.
Peace.
But lately I've been reading a lot of Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson was such a political analyst. And he wrote, which is so inspiring to me, that elections are not won by the voters. Elections are won by the people who don't vote. When those babies enter K through 12, they're given a promise that they are going to receive an education that is worthy of their spirit and their curiosity and their intellectualism. When folks find themselves disabled, there is a promise that there will be resources so they can live their lives in dignity. I think those are promises from our city charters, our state constitutions, and of course our federal constitutions. And there are laws in this country that give us the promise to speak and to be in a space of dissent when we are not respected for the promises that were given onto us. So that's kind of how I think about public service and why I love it so much. It's about holding ourselves to account.
Town Sounds. And now, our musical guest, Dame Drummer and the Lovolution.
Hey, big huge shout out to the Brotherhood of Elders Network, Kingmakers of Oakland, and the city of Oakland. Let's do this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, give it to me! My name is Dame Drummer, and this lovely band of misfits is the Lovolution, aka Jean Jacket Mafia. Yeah. And clap your hands like this. Ever dance to a sing-along all night long with just your panties on? Hair so nappy, said comb. Top so fresh, we just push it along. Yes, y'all. How you doing? I'm blessed, y'all. Take a hit of it. The fat now. Dame Drummer with another in the flesh, y'all. You better back up and breathe, cause all my people just fed up. Hey, black girl, don't listen to them. Hey, black boy, keep your head up. Mama, we gon' make it if we try. We better keep on moving, cause
don't die, we multiply.
Now inhale that good, exhale that. Better play with somebody else, kids. I'm on some wish good wood.
I need my people to understand.
I need my people to understand that we're the grand finale in God's own master plan. Woo! You better back up and breathe, cause all my people just fed up. Hey, black girl, don't listen to them. Hey, black boy, keep your head up. Mama, we gon' make it if we try. We gon' keep on moving, cause you better back up and breathe. All my people just fed up. Hey, black girl, don't listen to them. Hey, black boy, keep your head up. Mama, we gon' make it if we try. We gon' keep on moving, cause
don't die, we multiply.
I know you feel that, yeah. Angel say, oh.
We hope this conversation gave you a clearer picture, not just of where our elected leaders approach the responsibility of representing their constituents, but also how it works for you. Our goal with Real Talk About the Town is simple: cut through the noise and give our community real information. This is the first episode in a 3-part series created by Oaklanders for Oaklanders. We want you to have what you need to make thoughtful, informed decisions. In our next episode, we will talk about community building in East Oakland and the power of youth voting.
They actually have way more insight into the issues that face schools.
We hope you join us next time on Real Talk About the Town. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, make sure you register to vote. Check out the link below.
Now, where y'all going to be airing that, on Channel 7 or something?